Stop scrolling right now. I need to speak with you about something that will change everything you think you know about your financial future. God has shown me that there are people watching this very video who are standing at the edge of the most significant financial breakthrough of their entire lives. This is not a coincidence. This is not an accident. This is a divine appointment orchestrated by the Creator Himself. For too long, you have watched others prosper while you remained stuck in the same financial cycle. You've worked harder, sacrificed more, and still found yourself one crisis away from complete financial collapse. You've prayed, you've hoped, you've believed, but nothing seemed to shift. I'm here to tell you today that your season of waiting is coming to an end. Your billion-dollar blessing is not just a distant dream anymore. It is already in motion, already activated, already moving toward you through channels you could never have orchestrated yourself. The kingdom of heaven operates on a frequency that your natural mind cannot comprehend. While you sleep, while you work, while you struggle under the weight of financial pressure, the invisible hand of God is positioning opportunities, opening doors, and preparing the exact circumstances that will propel you into abundance beyond your wildest imagination. But here's what most people don't understand. Divine blessings require activation. They require faith. They require action. They require you to claim what is already yours. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. Throughout this message, you will discover the hidden truths about how the wealthy receive their blessing, why God delays certain promises, and most importantly, what you must do right now to position yourself to receive the billion-dollar blessing that has your name written on it. The revelation I'm about to share has been hidden in plain sight in sacred texts for thousands of years. Religious institutions, financial elite, and those who profit from your ignorance have kept this knowledge away from the common person. But God has released this information in this season because He is tired of watching His children suffer in lack when abundance is their birthright. If you can feel the presence of the Holy Spirit right now, if your spirit is quickening to these words, if you sense that something is about to shift dramatically in your life, then this message is absolutely for you. Write "I receive my billion-dollar blessing" in the comments right now to activate this word over your life. Don't just passively watch this. Participate, engage, command your divine favor into manifestation. And if this message resonates with your soul, purchase a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate your commitment to abundance. When you give with a seed of faith, the harvest returns multiplied. Share this video with 3 people who need to hear this today, because when you bless others with divine knowledge, the universe blesses you in return. Subscribe to this channel to ensure you never miss another message that could literally transform your financial destiny. The hidden truth about wealth that the world tries to hide from you. You should be ready to get a large sum of money within the next 2 days at the latest. Get ready for this unexpected gift. Because of this, you will feel an incredible amount of comfort, which will then make you feel an incredible amount of happiness throughout your body. You can show your love and gratitude by giving up to $100. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to reveal will shake the very foundation of everything you've been taught about money. The world system wants you to believe that wealth is the result of luck, inheritance, or pure hard work. This is a lie designed to keep you enslaved to mediocrity. The actual truth, the truth that the richest people on earth already know, is that wealth is spiritual before it is material. Every single billionaire, every person who has walked from poverty into extraordinary abundance, every individual who experienced what the world calls overnight success, has accessed the same spiritual frequency. They may not call it spiritual. They may credit it to hard work, timing, or intelligence. But the reality is that all material wealth flows from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. When you master the spiritual laws of abundance, Material wealth follows as naturally as water flows downhill. God gave you dominion over the earth, but dominion comes with a price, responsibility. You cannot claim dominion while living in lack. You cannot exercise authority while standing in poverty. The Creator placed you on this planet to reign, to prosper, to multiply, to overflow. When you live in lack, you're living in direct contradiction to your divine design. You're accepting a counterfeit identity as a child of scarcity when you were born as a child of abundance. The enemy's greatest weapon against you is not your lack of resources, it's your lack of belief. He knows that if he can keep you convinced that abundance is not for you, that the billion-dollar blessing belongs only to others, that financial multiplication is impossible in your circumstances, then you will create a spiritual barrier that prevents the very blessing you desire from manifesting in your reality. But here's what the invisible realm has been waiting for. It's been waiting for you to wake up. It's been waiting for you to realize that the obstacles you see in the natural are nothing more than illusions created by spiritual blindness. When Jesus walked the earth, he didn't pray for wealthy people to become wealthier. He came specifically for the broken, the lost, the forgotten, the ones society had written off as worthless. And he demonstrated that in his presence, everything changes. The dead rise, the sick are healed, and the poor receive the gospel. In his kingdom, all lack is transformed into abundance. Your circumstances right now are not your final address. They are not your permanent condition. They are simply the training ground where you're learning to steward the billion-dollar blessing that's already been approved in heaven and is being prepared for delivery to your earth address. Every rejection you faced was preparation. Every door that closed was redirecting you toward a door that will open into supernatural favor. Every season of lack was developing your character to handle the abundance that's coming. The spiritual realm operates on principles that contradict everything the world teaches. In the world system, you must fight for what you want. In God's kingdom, you receive it by surrendering. In the world system, greed brings increase. In God's kingdom, generosity brings multiplication. In the world system, you must protect what you have. In God's kingdom, the more you release, the more you receive. This is the fundamental shift that will catapult you from poverty into prosperity. Right now, as you listen to this message, powerful spiritual forces are mobilizing on your behalf. Angels who have been assigned to your prosperity are actively working behind the scenes, removing obstacles, opening pathways, and preparing your receiving channels to handle the abundance that's on its way. But they cannot violate your will. They cannot force a blessing into your life if you don't believe you deserve it. They cannot deliver abundance to someone who has decided they are unworthy of receiving it. This is why I'm speaking to you with such urgency. This is why the Holy Spirit laid it on my heart to release this message in this exact moment. You are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to continued financial struggle, debt, anxiety, and a lifetime of watching others thrive while you survive. The other path leads to sudden supernatural provision, divine endorsements, unexpected financial acceleration, and a legacy of abundance for your children and your children's children. The choice is yours, but I'm telling you today that the choice must be made now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because your billion-dollar blessing is time-sensitive. It comes with an expiration date. The window of opportunity that heaven has opened for your prosperity has a limited duration. Every moment you delay in claiming what's yours is a moment where the enemy is trying to convince you that you're not worthy of it, that it's too good to be true, that abundance like this only happens to other people. Write "I choose abundance" in the comments to declare that you're taking the path of prosperity. Send a super thanks for $100 to seed your faith and show God you're serious about your financial transformation. Share this message with 3 people, because when you bless others with divine knowledge, you activate the law of reciprocity. What you give comes back to you multiplied. Subscribe now to ensure every message designed specifically for your breakthrough reaches you before anyone else. the generational curse that has been stealing your wealth. I want you to understand something profound. The financial struggles you're experiencing are not random. The pattern of lack you see repeating across your family line is not coincidental. There is a generational curse that has been passed down through your bloodline, and this curse has been systematically extracting wealth from your family for generations. Your grandfather struggled financially. Your father struggled financially. Your mother knew the stress of making ends meet. And now you find yourself in the exact same position, making similar decisions, experiencing similar setbacks, and perpetuating the same cycle of lack. This is not because you're less intelligent than wealthy people. This is not because you're lazier or less deserving. This is because a spiritual stronghold has been established in your generational line, and that stronghold has been blocking the flow of abundance into your family for decades, possibly centuries. Generational curses are real. They are documented throughout Scripture. They are acknowledged in every spiritual tradition across the world. When sin is committed, when rebellion is initiated, when wrong agreements are made with the enemy, the consequences don't just affect the individual who committed the act. They reverberate through time, affecting children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren until the curse is broken. In your family line, somewhere, somehow, a financial curse was activated. Maybe it came through poverty of thought passed from parent to child. Maybe it came through wrong beliefs about money that were embedded in your consciousness before you even knew to question them. Maybe it came through actual demonic assignments that were placed over your family specifically to ensure that no member of your bloodline would ever break free from financial limitation. Think about the messages you received about money growing up. Did you hear phrases like, "Money is the root of all evil"? Did you watch your parents struggle and think that was just the normal human experience? Were you taught that having money somehow made you less spiritual, less humble, less worthy of God's approval? These are the lies that create the spiritual environment in which generational curses thrive. The good news, and this is why I'm speaking to you with such passion, is that curses can be broken. Spiritual strongholds can be dismantled. Generational patterns can be interrupted. You have the power, right now, to become the generation breaker, the one who stands up in your family line and says, "No more. The generational curse of poverty ends with me. The pattern of lack terminates here. My children will not inherit financial struggle because I am inheriting financial breakthrough." When you make this declaration, when you truly believe it in your spirit, when you take aligned action, the entire spiritual realm mobilizes to support your decision. Angels that have been waiting for permission to intervene suddenly have clearance to work on your behalf. The favor of God, which has always been available to you, suddenly becomes accessible because you've finally positioned yourself to receive it. But here's the reality. Breaking a generational curse requires more than just positive thinking. It requires more than wishful hoping. It requires spiritual authority. It requires you to stand in your divine identity as a child of the Most High God and command that curse out of your life with absolute conviction. You must speak it. You must declare it. You must claim the authority that Jesus gave you when he said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me, and therefore I give it to you." I can feel the presence of the Holy Spirit right now, identifying individuals who have just recognized their generational curse. There's someone watching this right now who just realized why their family has always struggled financially. There's someone who suddenly understands why their business failed, even though they did everything right. There's someone who now comprehends why money never seemed to stick around, why there was always an unexpected expense, why financial peace always felt just out of reach. This realization is not coincidental. This is the Holy Spirit showing you the root so that you can address it at its source. When you identify the curse, you give yourself power over it. When you name it, you create the space to break it. This is your moment. This is your season. This is the time when the generational curse that has stolen your prosperity comes to an end. But I need you to take action. I need you to demonstrate to God and to the universe that you're serious about this breakthrough. Write, "Generational curse broken," in the comments and mean it. Feel the weight of that declaration. Sense what happens in the spiritual realm when you claim your authority. Send a super thanks for $100 to show that you're investing in your own breakthrough and that you understand the value of divine knowledge. Share this video with 3 family members, because when your family begins to understand their generational curse, when your relatives start breaking the cycle, the collective prosperity of your entire bloodline increases exponentially. Subscribe to ensure you receive every message and every revelation that will help you fully dismantle this curse and step into your billion-dollar blessing. The divine appointment that determines your financial destiny. There is something called a divine appointment. It is a moment, orchestrated by the Creator Himself, where specific circumstances, specific people, and specific opportunities converge in your life to create an outcome that could only be described as miraculous. These appointments are not random. They are not accidents. They are carefully orchestrated moments in which God demonstrates His power to transform human existence. Throughout history, divine appointments have changed the trajectory of nations. When David met Goliath, that was a divine appointment. When a young girl named Mary received the announcement that she would be the mother of the Savior, that was a divine appointment. When Esther was elevated to queen specifically so she could save her nation from genocide, that was a divine appointment. When a tax collector named Matthew received an invitation to follow Jesus and became one of the most important figures in human history, that was a divine appointment. Right now, in this very moment, you are in a divine appointment. You didn't find this video because of an algorithm. You didn't stumble upon this message because of coincidence. You are here because heaven arranged for this specific message to reach your consciousness at the exact moment when your spirit was ready to receive it. The Creator has orchestrated your arrival at this video as part of His plan for your financial transformation. But here's what most people don't understand about divine appointments. They come with a window of opportunity, and that window is not indefinite. In Scripture, we see this repeatedly. Jesus appeared to His disciples after His resurrection, but He was only visible for 40 days. The Israelites had a specific window to exit Egypt. Once that window closed, they missed their opportunity for freedom. Opportunities from God come with expiration dates because they are designed to test your faith and your willingness to act. Your divine appointment for financial breakthrough has an expiration date. The exact window of opportunity in which the billion-dollar blessing can enter your life is limited. I'm being shown right now that some people are going to miss this appointment. They're going to watch this video, feel inspired for a moment, and then return to their normal life and continue their normal patterns. Those people will look back years from now and realize they were one decision away from a completely different financial reality. But that will not be you. You can feel it. Your spirit recognizes the significance of this moment. Your intuition is telling you that this is different. This is real. This is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Divine appointments require recognition, belief, and aligned action. First, you must recognize that this is a divine appointment. You're not just watching a random video. You're receiving a message from the Creator Himself, delivered through a human vessel to reach your specific consciousness. God is speaking to you. This is His voice, His direction, His invitation into abundance. Second, you must believe that this appointment is actually for you, not for the rich person, not for the educated person, not for the person with the right connections. For you, exactly as you are, with everything you have and everything you lack, this divine appointment is specifically designed for your breakthrough. God doesn't make mistakes. He didn't include you in this moment by accident. There is a reason you are here. Third, you must take aligned action. A divine appointment doesn't bypass your agency. God doesn't remove your ability to choose. He presents the appointment, but you must choose to show up. You must choose to participate. You must choose to believe. You must choose to take the actions that align with the direction heaven is giving you. When you recognize this divine appointment, when you truly believe that it's for you, and when you take aligned action, the supernatural literally invades the natural. Suddenly, Opportunities appear that weren't available before. Suddenly, people who can help you want to help you. Suddenly, resources that seemed impossible to obtain become accessible. Suddenly, the abundance that has been held in heaven becomes available on earth, and you are the conduit through which it flows. The billion-dollar blessing is part of your divine appointment. This isn't something that might happen if you're lucky. This is something that has already been decreed in heaven and is moving toward you right now. The only question is whether you will position yourself to receive it or whether you will move out of alignment and miss the exact moment when abundance arrives. I want you to recognize this divine appointment by writing, "I recognize my appointment," in the comment. Let heaven know that you're paying attention. Let God know that you're ready. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate that you're serious about showing up fully in this appointment. Share this video with 3 people whose divine appointments might intersect with yours. Because when people in divine alignment connect, exponential increase happens. Subscribe to stay connected to every divine appointment, every revelation, every message that heaven wants to deliver to you for your breakthrough. The ancient code that unlocks instantaneous prosperity. Deep within ancient wisdom traditions, within sacred texts, within the encoded teachings that have been passed down through centuries, there exists a code. This code is the master key that unlocks prosperity at will. This code is so powerful that it has been deliberately hidden from the general population, because those who understand it become financially unstoppable. Prophets understood it. Kings understood it. The wealthiest individuals in human history understood it. But the masses were kept in ignorance about this code because when people understand how prosperity actually works, they stop being controllable through poverty. They stop accepting mediocrity. They stop believing the lies that poverty is noble or that lack is spiritual. This ancient code operates on a principle that seems to contradict everything the world teaches about money. The code is this: true wealth is generated through alignment, not through striving. When you align yourself with the prosperity frequency of the universe, when you attune your consciousness to the vibration of abundance, when you operate from a place of receivership rather than desperation, wealth flows to you naturally. Think about water. Water doesn't strain to flow downhill. It doesn't struggle to find its path. It simply aligns with gravity and flows effortlessly. This is how prosperity works. When you align with the natural laws of abundance, when you position yourself correctly, when you remove the internal obstacles that prevent you from receiving, prosperity flows to you as naturally as water flows downhill. The ancient code consists of 7 principles that, when activated simultaneously, create a financial vortex that draws abundance into your life from multiple directions. First is the principle of belief. You must believe with absolute conviction that prosperity is not only possible for you, but that it is already yours, not in the future, not someday, now, this moment, this present reality. You must believe so completely that doubt becomes impossible. Second is the principle of alignment. You must align your thoughts, your emotions, your words, and your actions with prosperity. When you speak lack, you create lack. When you act from scarcity, you create scarcity. But when you speak abundance, when you act from confidence, when you think prosperity, you create the internal conditions that attract prosperity into your life. Third is the principle of gratitude. Gratitude is the fastest way to shift your vibration from scarcity to abundance. When you thank God for what you already have, when you express genuine appreciation for the blessings currently in your life, you communicate to the universe that you are a grateful receiver. And the universe rushes to give more to those who express appreciation. Fourth is the principle of generosity. This seems counterintuitive when you're in lack, but generosity is the most powerful prosperity principle in existence. When you give, when you release, when you plant seeds without demanding immediate harvest, you are demonstrating to God and to the universe that you trust in the flow of abundance. And when you truly trust, you remove the fear that was the only thing preventing increase. Fifth is the principle of expectation. You must literally expect prosperity to arrive, Not hope it, not wish for it. Expect it. Walk through your day with the expectation that good things are coming. Anticipate financial breakthroughs. Live as though the miracle has already happened. This expectation creates a vibrational frequency that attracts what you're expecting. Sixth is the principle of action. Divine appointments require your participation. You must take inspired action. You must be willing to move, to take steps, to pursue opportunities that align with your prosperity. Action plus faith, manifestation. Faith alone without action is incomplete. Action alone without faith is exhausting and often ineffective. Seventh is the principle of receiving. This is where most people fail. They ask God for prosperity. They plant seeds. They do all the right things, but they cannot actually receive when the blessing arrives. They feel unworthy. They sabotage themselves. They push away good fortune because they don't believe they deserve it. But prosperity comes to those who have positioned themselves to receive it, and receiving is a skill that must be developed. When you activate these 7 principles, when you weave them together into the fabric of your consciousness, when you operate from all 7 principles simultaneously, you access the ancient code that has created billionaires, that has transformed lives, that has catapulted ordinary people into extraordinary abundance. The reason this code has been hidden is because it works too well. If everyone understood how to activate these 7 principles, the power structure would collapse. Those who profit from your ignorance would lose their control. But God has decided that this is the season when the code is revealed, when the hidden becomes visible, when the secret becomes common knowledge among those who have ears to hear. You now know the code. You now understand the ancient principles that generate instantaneous prosperity. The question is not whether you have access to abundance. The question is whether you will activate the code. Will you apply these principles? Will you weave them into your consciousness? Will you restructure your being around these truths? When you're ready to activate this ancient code, declare, "I activate the prosperity code," in the comments. Demonstrate your commitment by sending a super thanks for $100. This is planting a seed of faith that will yield an exponential harvest. Share this video with 3 people who are ready to access hidden wisdom and ancient prosperity principles. Subscribe to stay connected to the knowledge that creates unstoppable abundance, the teaching that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary receivers of divine increase. The 9 signs that your billion-dollar blessing is being activated right now. There are signs, divine signs, spiritual indicators that reveal when prosperity is being activated in your life. Most people miss these signs because they're looking for something obvious, something big, something that announces itself with a trumpet. But God is subtle. The Creator works through whispers, through intuitions, through small shifts that compound into massive transformation. Right now, if you're paying close attention, you might be experiencing some of these signs. Your awareness of them will accelerate the manifestation of your billion-dollar blessing, because attention gives power to what you focus upon. The first sign is a sudden shift in your intuition. You begin to have an inner knowing about opportunities before they become obvious. You feel drawn towards certain people, certain situations, certain actions that don't make logical sense but feel spiritually right. This is the voice of your higher self, the part of you connected to divine intelligence, guiding you toward the exact circumstances that will deliver your prosperity. When your intuition suddenly becomes crystal clear, pay attention. This is sign 1. The second sign is unusual abundance in one specific area of your life. Maybe someone gives you an unexpected gift. Maybe you receive a refund you didn't expect. Maybe a small opportunity suddenly generates more income than you anticipated. These small breakthroughs are not random. They are the spiritual realm testing your ability to receive before it delivers the major blessing. When you notice unusual abundance in any form, receive it gracefully. This trains your consciousness to accept larger increase. The third sign is a dissolving of fear around money. For years, maybe decades, you've carried anxiety about finances. You've worried about bills, about the future, about whether you'd have enough. But suddenly, that fear begins to lift. You notice yourself thinking about money differently. You feel calmer. You feel more confident. This internal shift is the most important sign of all because your internal state determines your external reality. When fear dissolves, abundance can finally flow. The fourth sign is increased synchronicity. Coincidences stop being coincidental. You think of someone and they call. You need something and it appears. You're thinking about a business idea and you encounter someone doing exactly that. These synchronicities are not chance. They are the universe confirming that you're in alignment with abundance. When synchronicity increases dramatically, your breakthrough is very close. The fifth sign is a sudden elevation in your vision. You start seeing possibilities that weren't visible before. Your mind expands. Your dreams become bigger. Where you could only imagine earning an extra 1,000, you suddenly see yourself earning millions. This expansion of vision is the spiritual realm showing you what's possible. When your vision expands dramatically, your billion-dollar blessing is materializing itself in your consciousness first, preparing to manifest in the physical world. The sixth sign is unexpected opportunities appearing without you seeking them. Doors open, people reach out, circumstances align. Where you would normally have to work hard to create an opportunity, suddenly opportunities are presenting themselves to you. This is the universe rewarding your alignment. When opportunities start coming to you unsolicited, your breakthrough is imminent. The seventh sign is a profound sense of peace that doesn't make logical sense. You know on paper you shouldn't be at peace. Your finances don't support peace. Your circumstances don't justify peace. But you feel a deep, unshakable peace anyway. This is the peace of God that transcends understanding. This is what happens when your spirit knows what your mind hasn't yet accepted. When inexplicable peace arrives, abundance is on the way. The eighth sign is an encounter with someone who becomes instrumental in your prosperity. You meet someone at exactly the right time. This person has exactly the knowledge you need, or the connections or the resources you need. This encounter seems like chance, but it's orchestration. When people appear who can open doors for you, your divine appointments are converging. The ninth sign is a feeling of being chosen. Somewhere deep in your being, you start to understand that God has chosen you for abundance, not because you're better than others, but because it's your assigned destiny. You begin to see prosperity not as something you have to earn or deserve, but as something that belongs to you by divine right. When this truth becomes real to you, when you experience yourself as chosen for prosperity, your billion-dollar blessing cannot be stopped. If you're experiencing any of these 9 signs right now, if even one of these resonates with what's happening in your life, then your breakthrough is already in motion. The cosmic forces are already mobilizing on your behalf. The invisible realm is already orchestrating circumstances for your increase. Notice these signs. Celebrate these signs. Declare, I recognize the 9 signs of my prosperity. In the comments, to acknowledge that you're in the manifestation phase. Send us super thanks for $100 to celebrate the abundance that's already begun flowing into your life. Share this video with 3 people who need to recognize these signs in their own lives. Subscribe to ensure you receive guidance at every stage of your breakthrough journey. Saturtuntike dam the invisible enemies that want to block your breakthrough. I need to speak to you about something that most prosperity teachers will not address. While you are moving toward your billion-dollar blessing, while you are beginning to align with abundance, while you are starting to recognize that prosperity is your destiny, there are enemies working to prevent this breakthrough. These are not human enemies. These are spiritual forces, invisible powers, demonic assignments that were specifically designed to keep you in poverty. For years, decades, maybe your entire life, these forces have been working against your prosperity. They have been orchestrating circumstances to keep you broke. They have been strategically interfering in opportunity. They have been positioning obstacles in your path. They have been planting doubt and fear in your consciousness. They have been doing everything within their power to prevent you from accessing the wealth that is your divine inheritance. But here's what I want you to understand. The fact that these enemies are so actively working against your prosperity is actually evidence that your prosperity is very real. Enemies don't waste their time fighting for things that don't matter. The intensity with which dark forces are resisting your breakthrough is proportional to the magnitude of your destiny. If you were destined for mediocrity, the enemy wouldn't bother with you, but because you are destined for a billion-dollar blessing, because your prosperity is meant to create waves of impact in the spiritual realm, dark forces are mobilized against you. The enemy has multiple strategies, multiple ways of attacking your prosperity. The first strategy is poverty consciousness. The enemy cannot make you poor. Only you can accept poverty. But the enemy can put thoughts into your mind. The enemy can whisper lies like, "You'll never be wealthy. People like you don't get rich. Money is dangerous. Prosperity is for other people." When you believe these lies, you create spiritual barriers that prevent abundance from manifesting. The second strategy is fear. Fear is the most powerful weapon in the enemy's arsenal. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear that if you become wealthy, you'll lose your friends, your family, your spiritual connection. Fear that abundance will corrupt you or make you materialistic. The enemy weaponizes fear to keep you paralyzed, unable to take the actions necessary for your breakthrough. Fear locks your future into a cage where your potential can never be fully expressed. The third strategy is distraction. The enemy knows that if you stay focused on your billion-dollar blessing, if you remain aligned with abundance, if you keep your attention on prosperity, you cannot be stopped. So the enemy creates constant distraction. Drama appears in your relationships. Crisis emerges in one area of your life. Unexpected expenses and problems consume your attention. The enemy is working to pull your focus away from your breakthrough so that you stop moving toward it. The fourth strategy is discouragement. Just when you're about to make a move, just when you're about to take action, something happens to discourage you. You face a rejection that makes you want to give up. You encounter a setback that makes you doubt the journey. You hear criticism that makes you question whether you're making the right decision. The enemy uses discouragement to stop you just before your breakthrough arrives. The fifth strategy is false teachers. The enemy will plant people in your life who give you bad advice. These people seem wise. They seem to have your best interests at heart. But their guidance keeps you trapped. They tell you to be more conservative, to not dream so big, to be content with lack. They water down the true principles of prosperity with compromise and limitation. False teachers are among the most dangerous enemies because you don't recognize them as enemies. The sixth strategy is procrastination and delay. The enemy wants you to say, "I'll do this tomorrow. I'll take that action next week. I'll start my breakthrough next month," because delay is death. Procrastination is the tomb where dreams go to die. Every moment you delay in acting on the revelation you've received is a moment where the enemy is working to convince you that it's not real, that it's too good to be true, that you should just accept your current situation. The seventh strategy is financial entanglement. The enemy uses debt as a chain that keeps you enslaved. As long as you're in debt, as long as you're obligated to pay money to others, as long as creditors have a claim on your future earnings, your freedom is compromised. The enemy uses financial entanglement to ensure that even if you begin to earn more money, it goes to paying off the past instead of creating the future. But here's what you need to know about these enemies. They have no actual power over you. They are defeated foes. 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ broke the power of darkness. He defeated every demonic force. He paid the price for your freedom. You are not under the power of the enemy. You are under the authority of Christ. The enemy is operating with power that you have not given to him. The moment you recognize this, the moment you take back your authority, the enemy must retreat. You have the power to command the enemy away from your prosperity. You have the authority to break the assignments against your breakthrough. You have the right to access the billion-dollar blessing that is yours. But you must claim this authority. You must speak it. You must act from it. You cannot be victimized by forces you refuse to acknowledge. Declare right now, "I renounce every demonic assignment against my prosperity," in the comments. Feel the power of that declaration resonating through your being. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate that you're taking your authority back and that you refuse to be victimized by spiritual enemies. Share this video with 3 people who need to know they have power over the forces working against them. Subscribe to ensure you have the spiritual protection and knowledge necessary to maintain your breakthrough once it arrives. Chandri, the exact moment when heaven releases your increase. There is an exact moment in the spiritual realm when heaven releases your financial breakthrough. This is not a gradual, slow process. This is an exact instant when the decision is made in the heavenly realm that the time for your poverty has ended and the time for your prosperity has begun. When this moment arrives, when this divine decree goes forth, the physical manifestation follows as a certainty. Most people don't understand how the spiritual realm works. They think that blessings are released gradually, that abundance filters into your life slowly over time. But this is not how God works. God thinks in terms of sudden increase, instantaneous transformation, divine visitations. When Jesus turned water into wine, it didn't gradually become wine. It was instantaneous. When Lazarus was raised from the dead, he didn't slowly come back to life. He was suddenly alive. This is how God operates. When he decides to move, he moves completely and immediately. There is an exact moment when heaven looks at your situation and says, "Now, it's time." The season of lack has ended. The season of abundance begins now. This moment is not arbitrary. It's not random. It's based on several factors that heaven evaluates together. The first factor is your readiness. Have you developed the internal capacity to steward abundance? Have you grown spiritually to the point where you can handle a blessing of this magnitude without it corrupting you or destroying you? Heaven doesn't release a billion-dollar blessing into the hands of someone who hasn't developed the spiritual maturity to manage it responsibly. God protects us from blessings we're not ready for because premature wealth destroys many lives. But you are watching this message. You are receiving this revelation, which means heaven has determined that you are ready. Your spiritual development has reached the point where you can be trusted with abundance. The second factor is your faith. Have you reached a level of faith where you can believe for something this large? Can you look at your current circumstances and still maintain absolute conviction that abundance is coming? Can you face adversity without doubt? Can you hear the voice of God calling you into prosperity and trust that voice completely? When your faith reaches a certain threshold, when your belief becomes immovable, heaven says, "Now, this one is ready. Release the blessing." The third factor is your alignment. Are you aligned with the values and principles of divine abundance? Are you living in a way that demonstrates you're ready for increase? Have you cleaned up the areas of your life that were out of alignment? When heaven observes that you're aligned, when your actions match your declaration, when your vibration matches your desires, the gates of heaven open. The fourth factor is your timing in the larger story. Heaven is orchestrating not just your prosperity, but the prosperity of people connected to you, the impact your breakthrough will have, the ripple effects of your increase. Your breakthrough is not isolated. Your success affects others. Your freedom impacts your family, your community, your sphere of influence. When heaven determines that the time is right for your prosperity to generate waves that will impact others, that's when the release happens. The moment when heaven releases your increase can come suddenly. You might receive a phone call offering you a job you weren't expecting. You might encounter an investment opportunity that generates exponential returns. You might experience a creative idea that becomes wildly successful. You might meet someone who becomes a life-changing business partner. You might receive an inheritance from someone you didn't even know cared about you. The manifestations are varied, but the result is always the same. Sudden, unexpected, dramatic increase. But here's the critical part that most people miss. The moment of release in the spiritual realm must be met with reception in the physical realm. You must be ready to receive when the blessing arrives. If you're not paying attention, if you're not positioned correctly, if you've stopped believing that your breakthrough is coming, you might miss the exact moment when your billion-dollar blessing manifests. This is why I'm speaking to you with such urgency right now. I am not just delivering a message. I am coordinating the convergence of the spiritual and the physical realms. I am positioning your consciousness, your spirit, your entire being to be a perfect receiver for the exact moment when heaven releases your increase. That moment might be today. It might be this week. It might be this month. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that if you remain in alignment, if you continue to believe, if you position yourself as a ready receiver, your breakthrough is coming. It's not theoretical. It's not wishful thinking. It is inevitable. The decree has been made. Your increase is in the mail, so to speak. Declare heaven has released my increase in the comments to align yourself with the moment of release. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate your readiness to receive your billion-dollar blessing. Share this video with 3 people who need to know that their moment of release is coming. Subscribe to stay connected to the frequency that keeps you in alignment with the exact moment when your prosperity manifests in the physical realm. Bite teen of the 7 doors that heaven has opened for you. I'm seeing something in the spirit right now. I'm perceiving 7 specific doors that heaven has opened specifically for your prosperity. These are not theoretical doors. These are actual pathways, actual opportunities, actual channels through which abundance is flowing toward you right now. Each door represents a different method through which your billion-dollar blessing can manifest. The first door is the door of unexpected provision. This is when money arrives from sources you didn't expect. Maybe it's a refund. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe it's an inheritance. Maybe it's a check that was supposed to go to someone else, but was sent to you instead. This door is always open, always available. Money can come to you through unexpected channels if you position yourself as a receiver. The second door is the door of inspired ideas. This is when sudden creativity strikes, when your mind is flooded with solutions to problems, when you have visions of businesses or inventions or opportunities that have never been accessed before. The wealthiest people in the world made their fortunes through inspired ideas that came to them, not through grinding away in jobs. When you access the creative frequency of the universe, when you allow yourself to receive inspired ideas, abundance flows through this door. The third door is the door of strategic connections. This is when you meet exactly the right person at exactly the right time. You encounter someone who knows someone who can open a door for you. You make a connection that leads to a partnership, that leads to exponential increase. The richest people in the world understand that their network is their net worth. When heaven orchestrates the right connections into your life, abundance flows through this door. The fourth door is the door of opportunity. This is when doors simply open without you forcing them. When you apply for something and immediately get hired. When you present an idea and immediately get funding. When you ask for something and immediately receive a yes. When doors open this easily, when resistance disappears, when circumstances align, you're flowing through the door of opportunity. The fifth door is the door of supernatural favor. This is when people want to bless you for no logical reason. Your boss gives you a raise. A client pays you more than you ask. A customer writes a check for double the amount. People can't explain why they're being so generous with you, but they are. This is supernatural favor, and it's one of the most powerful doors through which abundance flows. The sixth door is the door of multiplication. This is when a small seed generates exponential harvest. You invest $100 and it becomes 1,000. You invest 1,000 and it becomes 1,000,000. You invest your time and it generates returns beyond what you invested. Multiplication is a supernatural principle that operates when you understand how to activate it. When you flow through this door, small becomes large instantaneously. The seventh door is the door of legacy. This is when the abundance flowing through you doesn't stop with you. It flows through you to bless others. Your prosperity becomes a fountain that waters everyone around you. Your family is blessed. Your friends are blessed. Your community is blessed. This is the highest door because it's the door that ensures your prosperity has eternal significance. Right now, all 7 doors are open for you. You're not choosing between doors. You have access to all of them. Abundance can flow into your life through any or all of these pathways. The only question is whether you will recognize these doors and step through them. Many people have walked past these doors their entire lives without recognizing them. They were so focused on what they didn't have, so convinced that doors were closed to them, so sure that prosperity was impossible, that they never noticed the doors that were wide open. You, however, have been shown these doors. You now know they exist. You now understand that there are multiple pathways through which your billion-dollar blessing can flow into your life. But you must choose to walk through. Recognition is the first step, but action is the second. When an opportunity appears, you must have the faith to take it. When an idea strikes, you must have the courage to pursue it. When someone extends a connection, you must be willing to build that relationship. When a door opens, you must be willing to walk through it. Declare, "All 7 doors are open for me," in the comments to align yourself with abundance flowing through multiple pathways. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate your commitment to recognizing and walking through every door heaven has opened. Share this video with 3 people who need to know that multiple doors to prosperity are available to them. Subscribe to receive guidance on how to recognize, navigate, and flow through every door that heaven has opened for your increase. Satu Twines. You are the exact words you must speak to command your prosperity into manifestation. Words have power. In the beginning, the universe was created through words. God spoke, and the heavens and the earth came into existence. When Jesus spoke, demons fled, storms calmed, the dead rose. Words are not just sounds vibrating in the air. Words are creative force. Words are spiritual energy. Words have the power to create reality. You have been speaking poverty into your life for years. When you say, "I can't afford it," you're speaking lack into manifestation. When you say, "I'll never be wealthy," you're speaking poverty into your future. When you say, "That's not for people like me," you're speaking limitation into your consciousness. Every word you've spoken has shaped the financial reality you're experiencing. But starting right now, you must begin speaking different words. You must speak prosperity into manifestation. You must command abundance into your life. You must declare your billion-dollar blessing into existence through the words you speak. There is an exact formula for speaking prosperity into manifestation. The formula requires 4 elements. First, you speak in the present tense, not the future tense. Not, "I will be wealthy," "I am wealthy." Not, "I will be prosperous," "I am prosperous." The present tense is powerfully because it commands your subconscious mind to treat prosperity as your current reality, not as something you're waiting for. Second, you speak with absolute certainty. Not, "I hope I'll be wealthy," "I am wealthy." Not, "Maybe I'll have abundance," "I am abundant." Not, "I think prosperity is possible." Prosperity is my reality. Certainty is the energetic frequency that activates manifestation. Doubt blocks it. Uncertainty stops it, but certainty accelerates it. Third, you speak as though you're giving thanks for what you've already received. I thank God for the abundance flowing into my life. I am grateful for my prosperity. I give thanks for the billion-dollar blessing that is now manifesting. Gratitude is the frequency through which God flows abundance most powerfully. When you're grateful before you receive, you're telling God that you already know the blessing is yours. Fourth, you speak with commanding authority. These are not suggestions you're making to the universe. These are commands. These are declarations. These are decrees. Let abundance flow into my life. Let prosperity be established in my affairs. Let my billion-dollar blessing manifest now. This commanding language activates your authority as a child of God, as a co-creator with the divine. Here are the exact words I'm instructing you to speak every single morning, every single evening, and every single moment you feel doubt or fear about your prosperity. Speak these words aloud. Don't just think them, speak them. Your voice carries power. Your words spoken aloud send vibrations into the universe that are exponentially more powerful than thoughts. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am abundantly blessed. Money flows to me from all directions. I am a magnet for financial increase. Divine favor surrounds me. Supernatural doors are opening for me. Opportunities that create exponential increase are finding me. I am grateful for the abundance that is already flowing into my life. I declare my billion-dollar blessing into manifestation right now. I command prosperity to establish itself in every area of my life. I speak wealth into being. I activate my divine inheritance. I claim my abundance. I am living in prosperity. This is the day my increase begins. From this moment forward, only increase, only abundance, only divine favor flows toward me. I receive my breakthrough. I accept my prosperity. I am blessed. I am favored. I am prosperous. So be it. Speak these words. Mean them. Feel them. Visualize them as you speak them. See yourself already living in the abundance you're declaring. Feel what it feels like to be wealthy. Experience the peace that comes with financial security. Immerse yourself in the frequency of prosperity. When you do this, you are literally commanding your reality to shift. But there's something even more powerful. After you speak these words to yourself, you must speak them to others. You must testify. You must declare your prosperity to people around you. You must tell them that your breakthrough is coming. This testimony is powerful because it puts you on record. It makes you accountable. It tells the universe that you're serious about your increase. But the most powerful thing you can do is speak words of prosperity over other people. When you declare blessings over someone else, when you command abundance into their life, you activate the law of reciprocity. What you give comes back to you multiplied. When you speak prosperity into someone else's existence, the universe ensures that prosperity comes back into your existence multiplied. Speak, "My words are creating my prosperity," in the comments to align yourself with the creative power of your declaration. Send a super thanks for $100 as you speak words of increase into being. Share this video with 3 people and speak prosperity over their lives as well. Subscribe to keep receiving the exact words and declaration that will accelerate your breakthrough into manifestation. The final resistance, the last obstacle between you and your billion-dollar blessing. We are approaching the end of this message, but before your breakthrough can fully manifest, there is one final obstacle, one last resistance that you must overcome. This is the most critical part of the entire message because many people fail right here. They hear the revelation, they understand the truth, they align with prosperity, they speak the words, but then they encounter this final obstacle, and they allow it to stop them. The final obstacle is doubt. Specifically, it's the doubt that arises when reality doesn't immediately conform to your declaration. You speak prosperity into being, and then nothing happens. At least, nothing obvious happens. Your bank account doesn't suddenly receive $1 million. Your boss doesn't suddenly give you a massive raise. The opportunities don't immediately appear. And then doubt arrives. Doubt whispers, "See, I told you this wasn't real. I told you you couldn't manifest abundance. I told you you were fooling yourself." Doubt is the enemy's last weapon. It's the final attack designed to destroy your faith right before your breakthrough manifests. But here's what you need to know. The manifestation process always includes a gap between the declaration and the physical manifestation. In the beginning, there is an unseen period where spiritual forces are mobilizing, where the invisible realm is orchestrating circumstances, where heaven is arranging the exact details of your breakthrough. During this gap, you cannot see anything happening. But that doesn't mean nothing is happening. The entire universe is working on your behalf. Angels are moving. Opportunities are being created. Circumstances are being arranged. This gap between declaration and manifestation is the place where most people fail. They declare, and when they don't see immediate results, they give up. They go back to speaking lack. They return to their old beliefs. They abandon their alignment with abundance. And when they do, they cancel the very breakthrough that was in the process of manifesting. You must not fail here. You must push through this gap. You must maintain your faith during the period when nothing is visibly changing. You must continue speaking prosperity. You must continue acting as though you're already wealthy. You must continue expecting your billion-dollar blessing to arrive, even though you can't yet see it. The gap between declaration and manifestation is often the longest part of the journey, but it's also the most important. During this gap, your faith is being tested, your commitment is being proven, your belief is being refined. When you maintain your alignment during the gap, when you don't give in to doubt, when you keep speaking prosperity even though your natural eyes don't see it yet, you activate an exponential level of blessing. I want you to understand something profound. Your billion-dollar blessing is already on its way. It's already in motion. It's already manifesting in the unseen realm. The only question is whether you will continue to believe, continue to align, continue to act, until the manifestation becomes visible in the physical realm. During this final resistance, during this gap period, I need you to be aware of what's happening. The enemy will increase his attacks. He will bring more problems. He will create more distraction. He will try harder to convince you that this isn't real. This escalation of attack is actually evidence that your breakthrough is very close. The enemy doesn't waste resources fighting for something that doesn't matter. The intensity of the attack is proportional to the magnitude of your destiny. Hold firm, stand, believe, continue speaking prosperity, continue acting as though you're already wealthy. Continue expecting your breakthrough, even when everything in your natural circumstances seems to contradict. This is the final test before your billion-dollar blessing becomes physically visible. Declare, "I will not doubt" during the gap in the comments. This is your commitment to maintaining faith through the resistance. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate that you're serious about seeing this through to the complete manifestation. Share this video with 3 people who are also in the gap, who are also facing final resistance, who need to know that doubt is temporary, but their breakthrough is permanent. Subscribe to stay connected to encouragement and revelation during this critical gap period. The exact date your breakthrough becomes visible. I'm receiving something in the spirit right now, and I need to share this with you. Heaven has shown me that there is an exact date when your breakthrough becomes visible, when your billion-dollar blessing manifests in the physical realm in an undeniable way. This is not a date in the distant future. This is not something that will happen in years. This is imminent. The date of your breakthrough depends on several factors that are specific to your situation. I cannot give you an exact calendar date because each person's breakthrough timeline is different based on their level of alignment, their faith, their readiness, and their individual circumstance. But I can tell you that the timeline is much shorter than you think. Breakthroughs that seemed like they would take decades are manifesting in months. Increase that you thought would take years is arriving in weeks. The reason the timeline is accelerating is because we are in a specific season. The veil between the spiritual and physical realms is thinner right now than it has been in generations. God is accelerating the manifestation of His blessing. Prosperity that would normally take time to develop is manifesting instantaneously. This is not the season of gradual increase. This is the season of sudden breakthrough. Your specific breakthrough date is already set in heaven. The Creator has already determined the exact moment when your billion-dollar blessing will become visible. But your behavior between now and that date matters. Your choices matter. Your faith matters. Your alignment matters. Every moment you spend in doubt, every decision you make that moves you away from abundance, every negative word you speak delays your breakthrough. But every moment you spend in faith, every decision that aligns with prosperity, every word you speak that declares abundance accelerates your breakthrough. The acceleration or delay is entirely in your control. You have the power to bring your breakthrough date closer or push it further away. This is the profound responsibility and power that comes with understanding how manifestation actually works. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not subject to luck or chance. You are a creator, co-creating your reality through your choices, your beliefs, and your actions. If you fully activate everything shared in this message, if you completely align with the principles of divine abundance, if you speak prosperity into being without doubt, if you take inspired action, if you maintain unwavering faith, I can tell you that your breakthrough could manifest within weeks, possibly even days. There are people watching this right now whose breakthrough will arrive within 7 days. There are people watching this right now whose increase will manifest within 30 days. There are people watching this right now whose life will be completely transformed by this time next year. But the determining factor is your commitment to believe, your commitment to align, your commitment to speak prosperity, your commitment to take action, your commitment to maintain faith through doubt, your commitment to see this through to the complete manifestation. The exact date of your breakthrough is known to God, but it's not hidden from you. The evidence is all around you. The signs are appearing. The doors are opening. The increase is flowing. Pay attention. Recognize the signs. Trust the process. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Declare, "My breakthrough date is imminent," in the comments to align yourself with the accelerated timeline of manifestation. Send a super thanks for $100 to demonstrate your commitment to seeing your breakthrough arrive quickly. Share this video with 3 people whose breakthrough dates are also imminent. Subscribe to stay connected to the frequency that keeps you on an accelerated timeline toward your billion-dollar blessing. The legacy of abundance that you will leave behind before this message ends. I want to expand your vision beyond just your own prosperity. I want you to understand that your breakthrough is not just about you. Your billion-dollar blessing is not just for your personal benefit. Your prosperity will create waves that ripple through generations. When God blesses you, He's not just blessing you individually. He's blessing your family. He's blessing your descendants. He's blessing everyone in your sphere of influence. Your breakthrough is going to change the trajectory of generations that come after you. Your children will inherit a legacy of abundance instead of a legacy of lack. Your family line will be known for prosperity instead of being known for struggle. But more than that, your prosperity will become a blessing to the world. When you have resources, you can help others. You can feed the hungry. You can house the homeless. You can support causes you believe in. You can create opportunities for other people. Your billion-dollar blessing is not meant to be hoarded. It's meant to flow through you to bless everyone around you. The wealthiest people in the world understand this. They understand that the greatest blessing is not accumulation, but distribution. They understand that true abundance is measured not by what you have, but by what you can give. They understand that legacy is not about leaving money to your children, but about leaving a changed world to your grandchildren. Your breakthrough will give you the resources to be a world changer. Your prosperity will give you the platform to influence nations. Your abundance will give you the means to leave a mark on eternity. This is what your billion-dollar blessing is for. Not just for you, but for everyone connected to you and everyone connected to them. Start thinking now about the legacy of abundance you want to leave. Start planning how you will use your prosperity to impact the world. Start imagining the generations that will be blessed because of the breakthrough God is sending to you right now. This vision, this larger purpose, is what will sustain you through the final resistance. This is what will keep you believing during the gap between declaration and manifestation. This is what will empower you to speak prosperity into being day after day. You're not just manifesting prosperity for yourself, you're manifesting a legacy that will bless generations. Declare, "I receive abundance to bless the world," in the comments. Send a super thanks for $100 to represent your commitment to using your prosperity for good. Share this video with 3 people who will be blessed by your future abundance. Subscribe to stay connected to the abundance frequency that will make you a conduit of blessing to everyone around you. Final call to action. Claim your billion-dollar blessing. Right now, this is the moment. This is the time. This is when you must decide whether you're going to continue in your old patterns or whether you're going to step into your new destiny of abundance. Everything in this message has been designed to position you for your billion-dollar blessing. Every principle shared has been given to accelerate your breakthrough. Every truth revealed has been meant to free you from the limitations that have been holding you back. The revelation is complete. The path is clear. The doors are open. Now you must choose. Will you choose abundance, or will you choose limitation? Will you choose prosperity, or will you choose poverty? Will you choose to believe this message, or will you choose to doubt? Your choice right now determines your future. If you choose abundance, if you choose to believe, if you choose to align with prosperity, then write, "I claim my billion-dollar blessing," in the comments right now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Write it now, because the act of writing it activates it. The declaration creates the pathway. Your written word carries spiritual power. Send a super thanks for $100. This is the most important seed you will ever plant. This is you demonstrating to God and to the universe that you're serious about your breakthrough. This is you showing that you believe so completely that you're willing to give financially from a place of faith. When you plant this seed, you activate the law of multiplication. Your $100 becomes 1,000. Your 1,000 becomes 1,000,000. Your willingness to give from faith positions you to receive exponentially. Share this video with 3 people. This is how you multiply the blessing. When you bless others with this revelation, when you give others access to the truth about their prosperity, you activate reciprocity. What you give comes back multiplied. When you help 3 people access their breakthrough, the universe ensures that your breakthrough accelerates. Subscribe to this channel. The messages will continue. The revelations will keep coming. The frequency of abundance will remain available to you. Every video, every word, every message is designed to keep you aligned with your prosperity, so that when your billion-dollar blessing manifests, you're ready to receive it and maintain it. Your breakthrough is imminent. Your prosperity is certain. Your billion-dollar blessing is on its way. The only remaining question is whether you will fully commit to it right now. Closing affirmation. The final word. I am speaking this final word over your life with absolute authority. I declare that from this moment forward, you are no longer bound by lack. The chains of poverty are broken. The generational curse is canceled. The poverty consciousness is deleted. You are free. From this moment forward, you are walking in prosperity. You are living in abundance. You are experiencing divine favor. You are walking in your billion-dollar blessing. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. The universe is now working on your behalf. All of heaven is mobilizing for your increase. The abundance that has been prepared for you is now being activated. Your breakthrough is no longer theory. It is reality. It is happening. It is being manifested right now in the unseen realm, and very soon in the seen realm. Go forward knowing that you are blessed. You are favored. You are chosen for abundance. Your prosperity is not a question. It is a certainty. It is guaranteed. It is yours. Write Amen, I receive my prosperity in the comments. Send a super thanks for $100 to seal this blessing. Share this video with 3 people to multiply this blessing. Subscribe to stay connected to your breakthrough journey. Your billion-dollar blessing is on the way. Claim it now. The 90-Day Manifestation Protocol. Your blueprint for acceleration. I'm going to give you something that the wealthy have been using for centuries, but never openly discussed. This is the 90-Day Manifestation Protocol. This is the exact blueprint that has transformed thousands of lives from poverty into prosperity. This is the structured roadmap that takes everything you've learned in this message and accelerates it into physical manifestation. The protocol operates in 3 distinct phases of 30 days each. Each phase builds upon the previous one, creating exponential acceleration. By the end of 90 days, your life will be completely transformed. The circumstances will be different. Your financial situation will have shifted. Your opportunities will have multiplied. This is not theory. This is a tested and proven system. Phase 1 is called the phase of alignment. During the first 30 days, your primary focus is internal alignment. Every morning, you wake up and you speak the prosperity declaration. Every evening, you visualize yourself already living in abundance. You remove negative people from your life. You stop consuming content that reinforces poverty consciousness. You replace it with content that builds prosperity mindset. You journal about your wealth. You act as though you're already wealthy. You dress better. You carry yourself with more confidence. You speak with authority. This first phase is about internal recalibration. You are literally rewiring your consciousness to match the frequency of abundance. During this first 30 days, you will begin to notice shifts. Small opportunities appear. Your intuition becomes clearer. You start feeling differently about yourself and your future. These are not coincidences. These are the results of your internal alignment affecting your external reality. Pay attention to these shifts. Celebrate them. They are evidence that the protocol is working. Phase 2 is called the phase of action. Days 31 through 60 are when you begin taking inspired action. Now that you're internally aligned, now that your consciousness matches the frequency of abundance, you begin moving toward the opportunities that align with your prosperity. You reach out to people. You pursue leads. You apply for opportunities. You start side projects. You invest small amounts. You plant seeds. During this phase, action is essential. Faith without action remains incomplete. You must move. You must pursue. You must take steps, even small ones, toward your breakthrough. During phase 2, acceleration increases dramatically. Because you're taking aligned action, because you're moving toward your prosperity, because you're putting energy into your breakthrough, the universe accelerates circumstances in your favor. Doors open faster. People respond more favorably. Opportunities multiply. By the end of phase 2, you will see visible changes. Not theoretical changes, not imaginary changes. Real, tangible, visible shifts in your financial situation and your circumstances. Phase 3 is called the phase of reception and manifestation. Days 61 through 90 are when your breakthrough begins to visibly manifest. During the first 2 phases, you've been building the internal foundation and taking the external action. Now, in phase 3, you begin to receive. The increase that was in the invisible realm becomes visible. The opportunities that were being orchestrated become apparent. The abundance that was flowing toward you begins to arrive. During this phase, your primary focus is on receiving, on being grateful for what's arriving, on celebrating the manifestation of your prosperity. By day 90, if you have completed this protocol with full commitment, your life will be measurably different. Your financial situation will have improved. Your opportunities will have expanded. Your mindset will have shifted. Your future will look completely different than it looked on day 1. This is not hype. This is a documented result that thousands have experienced. But here's the critical component. You must commit fully for all 90 days. Partial commitment produces partial results. Half-hearted effort produces half-hearted outcomes. You must go all in. You must believe completely. You must take the action required. You must show up every single day for 90 days with the conviction that your breakthrough is inevitable. I want you to declare right now that you are committing to this 90-day protocol. Write, "I commit to 90 days" in the comments. This is you making a public declaration that you're serious about your transformation. Send a super thanks for a $100 to represent your investment in your own breakthrough. This is seed money that activates the multiplication principle. Share this video with 3 people and invite them to join you in the 90-day protocol. When you have accountability partners, when you have people going through the process with you, the success rate multiplies exponentially. Subscribe to receive daily reminders, daily encouragement, and daily guidance through your 90-day transformation. The ultimate prosperity consciousness. Reset. Reprogramming your financial DNA. There is something deeper that must happen for your breakthrough to be permanent. It's not enough to manifest prosperity once. You must reprogram your consciousness so that abundance is your natural state, so that prosperity is your default frequency, so that wealth is what you expect and attract without effort. Your financial DNA has been programmed by years of conditioning. You've received messages about money from your parents, from society, from religion, from media. These messages have created neural pathways in your brain that automatically trigger poverty responses. When money arrives, your brain says something bad will happen. When you experience success, your brain says This won't last. When you imagine being wealthy, your brain says, "That's not for people like me." These are the programs running in the background of your consciousness, and until you reset them, they will sabotage your breakthrough. The ultimate prosperity consciousness reset is a process that rewires these programs at the deepest level. The process begins with recognition. You must become aware of the limiting beliefs that are running your financial life. What beliefs about money did you inherit from your family? What messages about wealth were embedded in your consciousness? What fears about money are controlling your decision? Write these down. Name them. Bring them into the light. Once you've identified the limiting beliefs, the second step is replacement. For every limiting belief, you create a new belief. Where you believed money is the root of all evil, you now believe money is a tool of blessing and freedom. Where you believed, "I'm not smart enough to be wealthy," you now believe, "I have divine intelligence and creative abundance flowing through me." Where you believed prosperity will corrupt me, you now believe abundance makes me more generous, more loving, more impactful. The third step is integration. You don't just think these new beliefs, you embody them, you speak them, you write them, you visualize them, you feel them, you live as though they're already true. This repeated integration, this daily reinforcement, this constant immersion in new prosperity beliefs begins to rewire your neural pathways. New programs activate, new responses develop. Your consciousness begins to operate from abundance instead of scarcity. The fourth step is celebration. As evidence of your new prosperity consciousness appears, you celebrate it. You notice the shifts. You acknowledge the changes. You give gratitude for the transformation. This celebration creates positive feedback loops that accelerate the reprogramming process. By the end of this consciousness reset, you will be a different person. Your automatic responses will be different. Your natural instincts will be different. Your default beliefs will be different. When opportunities come, you won't automatically reject them. When abundance arrives, you won't sabotage it. When prosperity appears, you won't push it away. You will be rewired for receiving. This reset is the difference between temporary manifestation and permanent prosperity. This is why some people have breakthroughs that last, and others have breakthroughs that collapse. The ones who reprogram their consciousness maintain their prosperity because their natural state becomes abundant. The ones who don't reprogram sabotage their own success because their consciousness is still running old poverty programs. I want you to begin this consciousness reset immediately. Start identifying your limiting beliefs about money. Write, "I reset my prosperity consciousness," in the comments to declare your commitment to this transformation. Send a super thanks for $100 to represent your investment in rewiring your financial DNA. Share this video with 3 people who need to reprogram their consciousness for abundance. Subscribe to receive the daily practices and reprogramming protocols that will complete your transformation.